Yes.
Suck me in,
Oh, that's
smoke,
loud.
breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you. And the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Suck me in, smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies. So you can
It'd be creepy if I just did this the entire stream.
Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control.
Just as people come in here.
It's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness
For real though.
control.
I'm a little early, so I'm still trying to set up and get in my groove. No groove. Darn. I hate when I have no groove. This is a heavy boy. Good morning. Holy crap. You must be on the other side of the world from me. But good morning nonetheless. Hope you are enjoying yours. For me, it's nighttime. 7:24 p.m. currently, to be exact. I just started streaming, and I'm kind of just slowly but surely setting up. Waiting for people to trickle in. I don't think they just got the Discord notification. I'm a little bit early, which is alright. My man Mart with the tier 1 sub. Thanks, man. Hey yo to you as well. How's the Anno? I mean, it seems good to me, but I'm definitely no metal expert or anodization expert. Seems pretty good. Seems maybe a little weak in this area around the weight. If you look at it off angle with the glare, it's definitely a little bit different. Are the two parts the same color? Is that like an issue with the Kira? Maybe you guys can tell better than me. I mean, the lighting's not really going to show us the best, maybe, but... They look the same to me, but I'm also kind of colorblind.
Now the sun is low, towering over me. Don't know where to go, city is all I see, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Olivia. This is Olivia's board, so she'll be the judge of that. Looks pretty good to me, though. The top part might be a little bit darker, maybe. I don't know. I could just feel my mind playing tricks on me. The anodization also looks a little finer on the bottom. Usually it's the bottom that's darker. I could just be going crazy. You guys will certainly know better than me. .5mm plate. I believe it's 1.5. It's actually, I'm gonna go grab a desk mat real quick so I can build this on a desk mat. So I will be right back. Just gotta grab one from my closet. Kind of just using this particular desk mat for building. Pretty sure it's polycarbonate. That's what it seems like to me. I could be wrong though. It seems pretty flexy, and acrylic's usually a little bit harder. But I've been wrong before. The way to stick AF. Yeah, the board itself is really heavy, even unbuilt with a polycarb plate. This thing is freaking beastly. Magnetic screws. Yay. Or at least kind of. How's everyone doing tonight? Or apparently this morning. Put the bump-ons on? It does appear to be top-mounted. Very cool. Why should I put the bump-ons on? So I don't scratch the bottom. I'm building on a desk mat. If I scratch it on a desk mat, I'm definitely doing something wrong. That's for sure. They come with bump-ons though. I guess putting them on now doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I might as well. Gonna be doing it eventually anyways. Oh, it's 7:30 now. Very well, past 7:30 I guess. Hello everyone, welcome to a top Clack build stream, where I do my darndest to build a keyboard and hope it comes out really awesome. And usually it does. If I scratch it, do I get to keep it? Kind of makes me want to scratch it then.
Some will take the high road, I will go low. There's nothing left behind me, set fire to it all. The fury will fade and the images too. A world without you, that's what I need to do. So pardon me while you fade, whoever you used to be, and now I won't remember you. You don't get to say goodbye, erasing the
Bump-ons, it is, my dude. Here I am, putting them on. Bump-ons usually like the last thing I do, I don't know why. Alright, bump-ons are on. I kind of want to see this weight, so I'm going to take it out for a second. Oh, there we go. It was like not coming out for a bit. That was weird. But alas, we got it out. That is quite the weight. there are definitely a lot of cosmetic marks of the inside here. I mean, even on camera you can see that, especially at the off angle. Those are like all little scratches and, I don't know, anodization issues perhaps? I'm not entirely sure. But you can see quite a bit of them in there. And even some like up here. I mean, of course you'll never see these once built, but still. Then we have this pretty intense weight. Very, very nice thick piece of brass there. Pretty cool IMO, looks pretty good. Alright, go ahead and slide this back in. I have issues because of how thin it is. Okay, pretty interesting. Alright, very nice. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to be building this up with some Zeal stabilizers here, as well as some lubed exclusive Gaterons. If you watched my H85 build stream the other day, I also used these exact same switches. Not these exact same ones, but the same kind. Instead of tub lubing them like I did in that stream, these were actually lubed by hand. I lubed these by hand. I used GPL 106 on the switch and GPL 104 on the springs. And I think they came out pretty darn well. So this should be a pretty fun build too. I'm not sure why, but the Kira EXS apparently comes with some Rick and Morty stickers. Kind of random, but that's a thing apparently. So I'm going to be lubing some stabilizers before anything else, then putting them on my PCB. Well, not my PCB, but this PCB. Looks like we got some nice underglow there, which probably won't be able to be seen through any part of this case, but it will. Center mount USB micro. Alright. Let's lube some stabilizers, shall we? Gotta remember what layout I have to do here. Have it saved somewhere around here. Alright, so for this layout I'll need backspace to enter, left shift, space, and then plus and enter on the numpad, so I'll need a total of 6. And it looks like this uses a 6.25 for this particular layout that Olivia wants. Shouldn't need any of these. Is my audio okay, guys? I forgot to actually do a check. Is the music too loud? Can you guys hear me okay? Hi, domo. Hello. Gonna lose some stabilizers.
I heard the noise, glass on the ground, treading a thin line to keep me sound. Drown out the voice, letting us down. They lose the power with you around. I remember Berlin.
Need to go clean my brush real quick though. BRB. Just take me a second.
Don't know the streets we roam. Graffiti on the walls inside my bones mark me like stone. I'm all messed up, but I'm by your side. You kill the darkness with your light. I thought you should know. You make this feel like home.
Hello everyone. I am back with a clean and dry brush for lubrication purposes. Polycarbonate plate confirmed. Very nice. Are these Zeal stabs? They sure are. fancy schmancy Zeal stabs. They feel great, honestly. They're just kind of expensive. Once Saved Gaming sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate seeing those Twitch Prime subs. You missed keeping your streak going by a few weeks? That's alright. All the support helps, guys.
I could take a holiday off the edge to consolidate all of my debt, and it would be so easy just to get it all off of my chest, all in one step. Skating down the side of a limitless doubt, knuckles turning white so I couldn't point it out. I'm not sure if it's mine. Find out, fall down.
On the east side of the US, so we always stream when you're heading to bed. Sorry, man. I just got home from work. Like, this was the earliest I could stream today. I actually got off work early. I wasn't even supposed to get off until 12 minutes from now. But yeah, I just got home and I set everything up. One of these days, when I can do top Clack full time, I'll have a much nicer stream schedule for people. I'll be able to stream much earlier in the day. One day. The dream is real.
So far away, you know, the freshly falling snow, bringing in stuck waves and stone. I could take a holiday off the edge. Consolidate all of my debt. I could get it all off of
See how Jameson says, I cannot for the life of me get Twitch working. Stream always freezes. Have 75 MB down. That's a pretty fair downstream. Is everyone else okay on the stream? Is everyone else anyone else having trouble? I'm not dropping any frames. I've dropped 0 frames so far. Seems to be stable on my end. I mean, I'm streaming at fairly high quality. I'm streaming 1080p, 60 FPS, and like 6,000 bitrate. So I mean, it is a fairly high quality stream to take in, but 75 down is still quite high, all things considered. Definitely shouldn't be having trouble at that speed. Stream works fine, no issues on my side, all good here.
To heaven when I'm in your arms, feeling you're present when you're near or far.
Brian came home fast for me. Yeah, I was really rushing here. Trying to start a little bit earlier. I know it's still late, all things considered, but I'm only human. I have a day job, unfortunately.
Just take me right now. Every time you close, I'm shaking. Yeah, you're the only
I've never watched a dude lube up in front of me before. Well, sir, there's a first for everything. I do a fair amount of lubing. And yesterday I lubed 100 switches, and today I'm lubing stabilizers. It's a fun time. Gio, you're not good because I'm not gaming? Maybe after the stream. Maybe some gaming later on, but now I'm gonna build this keyboard. It's gonna be a good time. And hopefully this won't turn into a 5-hour stream where I have a bunch of issues. Like, my HP85, which I did get fully working and everything, but man, running into PCB issues is obnoxious. You need to see what I'm doing? Oh, am I not showing it well enough? I don't have one of those like cool like overhead mounts for my camera yet. So like it's kind of hard to get like the proper angle and everything. This is like one of the only compromises I can currently make. But hopefully I'm going to be getting some kind of mounting solution that'll help me with these build streams a little bit. Just need to save up some money for it. Eating turkey jerky. Olivia's eating Peking duck. Oh man. I'm very, very, very jealous. Gio has no snacks. Poor Gio. My desk up against a wall just makes some metal piping to use mounts on. My desk is up against a wall, like, on this side and in front of me. To the left, I have some open space, kind of. Or to the right, sorry. My right. You only realized a moment ago you had snacks. You were hunting for a beer snack? I like hunting for beer. Tefren34, how's it going, man? It's going good over here. Doing some sweet keyboard stuff. You got some rosé. I have some whiskey and beer, but I have no rosé.
There's a crack in the wall where the light comes through, and I wanna see it all from a close-up view. So let's uncover me, and then let I uncover you. Baby, let's uncover me, and then let I uncover you. Wanna show me who you are with your guns on the floor, and I ain't gonna come with a guard at the door. So let's uncover me, and let I uncover you.
How do I find gaming without dedicated F keys? Maybe it's just because of the games I play, but I never need F keys, so for me it's always totally fine. Delivery alcohol? That's a thing? Must be a New York thing. New York City memes. Is it an IPA, stout, or lager? I bought it on my way home. It's a blood orange IPA, I think. I'd have to check again. I don't actually remember. I bought some Speyside Scotch and a blood orange IPA. Kind of Speyside? Nothing fancy. I just stopped by Trader Joe's on the way home, and for 20 bucks you can get, well, 20 bucks before any taxes, you can get an 8-year Speyside that actually is pretty darn good for 20 bucks. Give Islay whiskeys a go? Oh, I've had several Islay whiskey. I can get down with some Ardbeg every so often. I have to be kind of in the mood for it, though. Mr. Petrov with an actual keyboard question. Very nice. If I'm lubing switches or stabs for the first time, what's the most important mistake to avoid? Most important mistake to avoid when lubing, huh? I would say, particularly with switches, not to use too much. Less is more, and it's like seasoning food, right? Like, it's always easier to add more salt than it is to take away salt. The same is more or less true for lube. It's always easier to add more lube if you feel like you need more, but it's much harder to take it away in like a consistent way. if that makes sense. Yeah, so particularly on switches, stabs are a bit harder to overlube, but switches have a pretty fine line of overlubing. That and have a clean work area, a clean open work area with more time than you think you'll need. Don't rush anything. Actually, if you go to topclack.com and you go to the text clack section, I have a switch lubing guide up there now that talks a little bit about like the theory on lubing and my technique. And then I also have a stabilizer modification guide, which does go over some lubing as well. So that might help you if you feel stuck at any point. No Costco or Trader Joe's alcohol in your state? That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Trader Joe's has a lot of really good value stuff. And Costco has like a lot of the name brand stuff, but at usually pretty okay values. I'm kind of cheap lately, so I drink a lot of Trader Joe's whiskey. After building a Tada 68, a White Fox, a minivan, and a Tofu HHKB, I'm looking for a new project. What keyboard do you recommend to build next? Wow, that's a pretty... Well, I guess it's not really that wide of a range. Those are all pretty relatively normal starter kind of boards. I mean, it looks like you're kind of into smaller boards, since you have a 65% and 65%, a 40%, and a 60%. Recommend you build next, man. I mean, that's a lot of, like, fairly readily available, like, starter class boards. Like, they're good boards, but, like, they're starter class boards, basically. So maybe you hop on a group buy that you see that catches your interest. That'd probably be my next course of action. Get something that's like a little bit more limited, a little bit more higher end, but probably a little bit more expensive. Hope those guides help you, man. That's exactly why I did them. I still need to... There's actually some updates I need to make to them, but they're still pretty relevant. I've heard good things about Kirkland whiskey. I assume it would be great in whiskey-based mixed drinks. Probably, yeah. I mean, Costco does a lot of that stuff, right? Like, their vodka is just like Grey Goose. So like they kind of just source other like medium quality products, like good value medium range like products to use their own brand on, basically. I don't think I've really had like any Costco whiskeys, now that I think about it. Oh, I forgot to ask. Olivia, you're still here, right? Do you want these band-aided also? I usually find band-aiding matters a lot less on Zeal Stabs since they don't really bottom out anyways, but I figured I'd ask. No band-aid. Atta girl. I kind of only like band-aiding on like boards that I intend to be as quiet as humanly possible. Otherwise, I think it's kind of meh. The Vern. Yeah, the Vern could be a really cool thing. I think it's kind of limited, though, is the issue. But the Vern does look pretty cool. The Volcano 660 gasket mount does seem like pretty good value. Definitely seems like a good contender for gasket value right now. What's the use of a band-aid? So the main use is that if you actually if you check out my Stab Lab guide that someone linked just a few moments ago in the chat, you can kind of see how to do it. The reasoning is mainly just for more quietness. Mo silence. Some people like silence. I like the clack of a stabilizer. Although the Zeal Stabs are kind of designed like not to bottom out really, so you don't really get like a much of a clack either. It's kind of just like a smooth, like floating kind of feel. It's very different from other stabilizers. It's nice though. I silence my keyboards by wearing my headphones. Nice. Everybody hates you in the office. That'll happen. Good evening, Talisman Solutions. Hope your evening is going as good as mine is, or better. 30 unit GB, oof, for the Vern. That's gonna go quick. Yep, Rama's going to be releasing the U80 at some point. That's his upcoming teased TKL. Gonna be through Tight Machina? Is it? I did not know that actually. Must have accidentally grabbed one extra stab insert.
Come on and love me. Come on and trust me. Come on and
Hopefully it goes better than number one.
like you do. 'Cause you've been heartbroken.
Yeah, Ford had some issues, didn't it?
Be open. Yeah, I can tell by how you move. Oh, 'cause you can't love like there's a limit to your heart. And you can't live like there's a boundary to your soul. Baby, let me in because I know just what to do. Care for you. Care for you. Care for
Of course, as usual, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. We chill out here today, boys. Are you lubing the housings or just the wires? I am doing both on these. If so, what lube housings with? I'm using super lube for all of it. Which is essentially just dielectric grease with PTFE added. It's very cheap. I like it a lot. Yeah, I mean, dielectric grease is effectively the same thing. They're just as good. I don't know. I've always used super lube. I've used dielectric grease before. I've used finish line fluoro before. Like, you know, this works the best for me. So this is kind of where I stand. But everyone has their own preferences, you know, so. Tried DPF 1514 for housings, makes no difference. Yeah, man, whatever works for you. I probably wouldn't use something that thin, but that's just me. I like the thicker stuff on stabilizers.
Drugs in my veins, you bring me up just to falling deeper. Drifting into your void, stuck down here making noise. You took the air that I breathe.
You always go Zeal stabs? I have a ton of genuine cherry, not sure if they were selling those to upgrade to Zeal. No, I do not usually use Zeal stabs, actually. This is a build that's for someone else, and they paid for the stabilizers, and this is what the customer wanted, so this is what I'm doing. I use Zeal stabs sometimes. I think they're very good, but it's hard to justify the price over GMK for me. And I mean, I'm saying that and Zeal sponsors Top Clack, so I think they're probably the best stabs on the market, but I can't justify the price for stabilizers. GMK screw-in is like a fraction of the cost and performs almost as well.
Girl, your anatomy is pulling me closer, seducing my enemy, yeah. Turning me into stone. Look at you and I'm gone. Feel like I'm starting to freeze. Feeling so good to get jet through my heart.
Alright, I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. I got a little bit of lube on my finger. Don't want to leave that stuff on your hands for too long.
To my head, but fuck me up instead. Run through me like bad drugs. You run through me like bad drugs. Yeah. You run through me like.
Oh yeah. Thoughts on lithium or Teflon-based products? I've been pretty happy with most of the Teflon stuff I've used. I've never really used anything lithium-based, so I can't really comment on that, unfortunately.
Roll it up, yeah. I just touched down and now you know what's up, right? On the move, yeah. I might get a place so I could come to you, like motivation. I might not get so much sleep tonight. Rolling through the hills, looking for you still. I'm on a mission. I found her underneath the bluest skies. I found her tangled in the hills at night. I found her all along this endless coast, yeah. Found her.
Considering you don't have to clip them and you get whatever set you need, it's pretty good. I mean, I think they're expensive. Are they overpriced? Probably. Are they good? Yeah.
I just need to get my shit in order. Open up your body and explore, yeah. Swear I never felt this way before. I just can't sit back and ignore this. Falling for the sunset, yeah. I ain't had enough of you yet. I can't explain it. Californication, yeah, yeah. I found her underneath the bluest skies. I found her tangled in the hills at night. I found her all along this endless coast, yeah. I found her underneath the palm trees where I'll be, California. Found her, yeah, California. Found her, yeah. Found her, California.
Yeah, if I were the kind of person that used, like, that had, like, one end-all, be-all board where I just wanted one, and I was just gonna go balls to the wall with everything, like, that build would have dual stabs for me. Yeah, there's also that, that argument too. Rubber Militia says, well, if you're investing a ton into customs, I can see the reasoning to go the extra mile for stabs. Yeah, so it's like, I said this when I reviewed Telios when they first came out, and people were like, oh, you know, 75 cents a switch, or, you know, whatever, is a lot. It's like, yeah, it's a lot, but, like, consider your entire, you know, your entire build costs as well. I mean, if you're building, you know, a $300, $400, $500, $600 keyboard between all the parts. Like, at that point, like another like $10 on Switches is like not really that much. And you know, this was argued a lot in the back when I was in the PC community as well. People would be like, oh, you know, I have, you know, like they'd have like a graphics card that they have like $1,000 build, like in a setup that they were planning on buying and building, and then they would be like, well, you know, here's my graphics card, this is what I'm using. But like sometimes it's worth spending, let's say in a gaming machine, for example, sometimes it's worth spending 50% more of your budget on a graphics card that will give you 100% more gaming performance because it's twice as good of a card, but it makes your entire build cost, you know, 20% more or 30% more or whatever. So, I mean, it's always going to depend on what's important to you, but, I mean, cost per build on most Zeal products is still relatively low. Well, not low, but it's not as high as people think. When you start to take into account things like the rest of the build. You're looking at Helios? Dude, Helios, pretty good. Pretty darn good, honestly. I'm excited to get some of the actual production units. I'm definitely going to be getting some more of those. I think I'm going to put some in my Tokyo 60 and my Prionic. Paying Zeal Premium might be worth it for Switches that quiet. They're very quiet. I mean, it's like, it's not any... It's cheaper than when people were going crazy for MX Xylence, like that hybrid. Like, it's the same kind of deal, except, you know, Helios are cheaper, actually. Yeah, the prototype Helios that I have right now are actually quite good. Zeal still wants to make some minor alterations though before launch. But like even the prototype ones are pretty darn good. I'm happy with them. I'm gonna be looping them too. Waiting for Xylent V2s to come in. Those are probably gonna be pretty good too. If they're anywhere as good as like the normal Zelios V2, I think you're going to be pretty happy with the Xylence. Why am I blind? There we go. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Xylence to come in too. I was supposed to be getting prototype samples. Hopefully I'm still getting those. Oh, sorry. I see it. I see it. I'm fixing. I'm sorry. Must be when I try to pull the PC closer to myself. Sorry, guys. I think I might actually have autofocus off. guys don't like that blurry effect? It's not like artistic or anything? Come on. Go in the hole, please. Almost done with these stabs. We can move on to the more interesting pieces.
Red and yellow, black and white. No, you didn't do me right now, did you? And this broken shade of blue, it could only be from you on the boulevard. I walk, don't talk, no sleep. You still got a hold on me. Can't keep
All right.
conscience clean. You know how to fuck with me.
Ooh, they said the F word.
Oh, isn't it right? You gotta leave a mark. Everywhere you go, it's just another scar. You gotta leave a mark. I can't take it down. It's graffiti on my Are you losing sleep at night? Has the color left your eyes, oh darling? 'Cause I heard you missing me. Did you see my heart bleeding on the boulevard?
My eyesight's pretty bad too.
Don't talk, no sleep.
Thankfully the glasses help.
Isn't it right? You gotta leave a mark. Everywhere you go, it's just another scar. You
I actually like this song a lot.
leave a mark. I can't take it down. It's graffiti on my Someday somebody's gonna catch you, sketch you up like a tattoo. Someday somebody's gonna catch you. Oh, isn't it right? You gotta leave a mark. Everywhere you go, it's just another scar.
There we go. I'm looking to acquire one of those super large dentist-style floating magnifying lights for my work here. That is awesome. If you do that, let me know how it goes, because I might want to do that too. What do you think has a bigger overall impression on sound, the case or the plate? Huh. Probably case. I do think all parts will affect sound, but Case probably more important than plate in that sense, yeah. Looks like they sent a lot of extra screws with this kit. That's really cool. Alright, so first things first on the realist. But realistically here, I'm gonna test these stabilizers, make sure everything's good. I just need to grab a key set, so I have one just laying around. Okay, I think I found some random keycaps. Got some random hyperfuse mods here. Man of Interest, subbing with the tier 1. I never thought I'd see the day. Thanks, bud. It feels weird, Man of Interest subbing now. But it's also fun. Thanks, Huey. Those mods look familiar. This is actually the first time I'm using these, Chris, since I bought them from you. They have apparently been relegated to test layouts.
Stop. I didn't think that far. I was opening doors to places I was not meant for. I thought I could return. I didn't know where I was going from there. Trying to see what was over in the clear. It was right in front of me.
Those are all pretty good. I need a spacebar now. And what is this? I need one of those. Not that. That works. Got some space bars here I can test with, I think. We'll find out. So for those of you that wasn't sure of what I was just doing there, I thought I was just crazy and listening to my stabilizers. I was testing for sound and consistency. I want to make sure there's like no real noise, like no rattle in particular, because that's part of what makes a bad stabilizing experience. But these all came out quite well. Just check the spacebar here. I think I have a random GMK laying around. I think that's 625. Alright, looks pretty good as well. Get back in there. Keycaps, please. You're trying to decide between building a tofu with a brass plate or just getting a hot swap win keyless. Yeah, I mean integrated plates are very sturdy. They have like an additional harshness because of how they're integrated. It's like normally with a non-integrated aluminum plate, you'd get some flex. But on an aluminum plate that's integrated, you don't really get flex like at all. So it's a much harsher experience for sure. But tray mount in general is kind of harsh as well. So the difference in feel between like tray mounted brass and integrated aluminum probably wouldn't be that different. How do you get those switches out when the stabs are above/below them? What do you mean? I'm confused. Aren't the hot swap slots on the north/south edges? Oh, do you mean these two switches? I mean, I would probably just push them out from the back. Can I turn the music down a tad? Absolutely. Let me know if that's better. I can turn it down more if needed. Yeah, no, you could probably still pull them up. Because, I mean, since, I guess I can show it. Since, that way everyone can know what we're talking about here. So these switches, since the stabs are actually going this way, the switches are still going in north and south like they normally would. So he was asking how you take them out. So yeah, you could push them out from the back, or you could just pull them out somehow, try to pry them up. They're not actually clipped on anything because the clips are north and south. So it's not clipped into the plate at all. It's just like kind of freely sitting there by the plate, effectively. So, yep, that's how that works. Oh, whoops, actually might still need the spacebar for the bottom row testing. Which is why I got out these caps as well. Alright, let's put some more switches in, guys. So, I spent a lot of last night lubing these. Got about 100 of them. Alright, so this is going to be using a what seems to be 1.5mm polycarbonate plate. I really dislike assembling keyboards with such thin plastic plates. It kind of annoys me. It's a little annoying to build with. Usually takes a little bit longer to put switches in the plate because the plate just bends down and stays there. And it's kind of obnoxious, but should get a little bit easier once we get some switches in. Hope you are all enjoying your night, watching me build a fancy keyboard. I'm pretty excited for this. What switches are these? These are the exclusive Gaterons from the exclusives group buy. I lubed these with GPL 106, and I lubed the springs with GPL 104, in case anyone's curious. What category does this count in on Twitch? I feel like this would be crazy cool to randomly find. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Crap. I don't even know what I use. I think I use IRL. I use like 2 tags, IRL and something else. But I mean, there's a couple. I know like Nathan uses like science and technology. And something else. IRL is gone? Oh, really? I'll have to look again and maybe apply some different things. If you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know. I'm not 100% sure what I should be tagging it as, so yeah, just let me know and I'll go take a look. Makers and crafting would work. That's probably a pretty good one too. Can you use multiple tags? Or does it have to just be one? I don't even remember. But I don't have anything set? Oh, okay. Maybe it's because they took out IRL. Because I know we used to use IRL. They have multiple tags, but only one category. Okay. Makers and crafting sounds like it's fairly spot on. So probably something like that. Ira was taken apart to just chatting and a bunch of other things. Alright, fair enough. I will work on that next time. Actually, it's probably like actually in my dashboard where I change it, huh? Category. Is it makers and crafting. There we go. Tags, educational, what else we got? Cosplay, do you want me to cosplay for you guys? Maybe I can do that. Not ASMR, oops. Keyboards? Is that a category? Keycaps is a category. Thanks, Tiny. Don't get me wrong, that's really cool, actually. But keyboards is not. I'll just keep it on educational for now, under makers and crafting. Maybe that'll work a little bit better for you guys. Typing would be ASMR. That's true. Is there a reason why you have to put the keys in that order? The reason I'm putting them in... I'm focusing around the edges right now because it's a 1.5mm polycarbonate plate, which is pretty thin, so it's very flexible. So I'm trying to get some outer stability because, especially on these outer corners right here, there are no screws like there are in the top and bottom. So there's a lot more flex on the outer sides, because I guess you can't really see it with the PCB in the way, but there's no plates, or there's no screws. Kind of like how there's screws on the top and the bottom. There's no screws on that side or that side. So there's a lot more flex there, and it's harder to get switches in. So I'm trying to just put the outside ones in now for some additional stability, basically. Well, we'll do makers and crafting and see what happens. Maybe science and tech would be better. I'm not really sure, but we'll try this to start and see what happens. How about that? Mr. Petrov says, "Are there any keycap sets which have transparent legends, not the whole keycap, a bit like Razer et al. Use on their keyboards?" Huh. Yes, okay, so basically what you're looking for is shine-through keycaps is something the community likes to call them. Vortex is a brand that used to do a double-shot PBT set. Double-shot being, the keycap was PBT, it was opaque PBT, plastic, and then the legends were actually a shot of palm, clear or like frosted palm. So it would let the light shine through. That's the only set I can really think of off the top of my head that's like, I guess, the pudding caps. I don't remember what those are called, though. But yeah, Vortex PBT double shot caps. I don't really like them personally because they're OEM profile and they're very gritty, very grainy PBT, which I don't like, but they do have shine-through legends. Now you wait for your soldering iron to come in. What soldering iron did you get, Titan? Just a $20 kit. Get a Weller after that goes. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've been up thinking, right? How I can't sleep at night, cause I got all this weight. Been asking if I be alright. Constantly I've been stressing though. Got me losing my appetite. Looking like I'm 2 steps from death. Halfway into my afterlife. Now I'm falling through. How did I get this far from you? How did I get insomnia? And now trying to get sleep is impossible. Probably cause I don't want to face the truth. Having flashbacks of the days with you. I can't execute no basic moves cause I'm so far gone I'm unable to. Like, I'm staying medicated so I can't feel. Got people trying to tell me I don't look well, and I ain't acting like myself lately. Maybe I'm just sick and tired of struggling, always fucking up still. Pressure weighing on me till I can't move. Been waiting for a break, I think it's past due. Feeling like the misguided angel falling from the sky. Watch me as I burn and I crash through.
Is it a hassle to update bot commands on Twitch? That's a really good question. I'm not sure. What did you have in mind? Something wrong?
I've been feeling the way till I'm feeling like breaking. Probably feeling my cough in the mall. Trying to be careful of where I've been stepping. Nothing to show for my problems or scars. Try not to dwell on the choices I make. No use in taking regrets to the grave. I just been getting as lit as I can. Staying sedated and locked in the cage. I'm staying medicated so I can't feel. Got people trying to tell me I don't look well, and I ain't acting like myself lately. Maybe I'm just sick and tired of struggling, always fucking up still. Pressure weighing on me till I can't.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would be really cool, actually. A build command. Huh. I wonder if I can do that. I'll have to look into that, actually. That's a really good idea. It might be something only for Twitch partners, in which case, if it is, that is not me yet. I am just a Twitch affiliate. Top Clack does not actually have a full Twitch partnership yet. I'm going to be updating the Twitch description very soon. So I want to put a bunch more information in there. Like tools I use, some other links, clean it up a little bit. Can you use something like Nightbot? Alright. Might have to try to set this up later.
What's your zodiac sign? I don't think I know you like I used to do. Like I used to do. So slide to what you got in mind. I don't understand you like I usually do. Like I usually do. But what's in your head? 'Cause you're walking on wire. You're not in a self-control.
Nightbot real easy to use. Sweet. I like ease of use. Hello! Oh man, I'm gonna butcher this name. Miru Kui. Ah, it's fixed yet. Nice.
To the subtle lies, I can't do a thing but watch them close the doors that you thought were yours. So why can't you recognize all these conversations that we've had before, a million times before? But what's in your head? 'Cause you're walking on wire. You're not in a self-control. You're willing to risk it all. And what's in your head is so lost in desire. And you never seem to know, but you're willing to risk it all.
This song just play. It's on here twice. Excuse me. We'll skip that one since we just heard it. Olivia will always point you to the more expensive solution. It's kind of her specialty. She's really good at it. Almost there, boys and girls. Almost time to solder. I wonder what keycaps I should put on this. Olivia is indeed a natural-born curator of all things excellent. You are not wrong. GMK Burgundy, if you have them. Dying to see them. I sadly do not have Burgundy. Sadly, no Burgundy. Alright, even got one to spare.
Sleepwalker, you enter my dreams. When I drift off, you keep
Titan saving up for MT3 Godspeed. Nice. Godspeed's a pretty sweet colorway. It's actually one of my favorites. Soitar, Brian, did you get in on JTK Hana? I did not, but if there are extras, I'm getting some. Talisman Solutions says I've been dolched to death at this point. There are a lot of different dolches, that's for sure. The Reddit post said there's extras. I want to set 2. And so Modern Dolch when that comes in. Modern Dolch is pretty sweet though. Then we're gonna get GMK Royal Navy. The renders on those look really good. I haven't actually seen that yet. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all these pins are through first. And I can start soldering.
you ever really love me? You will always be my lullaby.
Alright, looks like all of our pins are through. That's good. I'm just going to kind of eye down these lanes here, make sure everything's straight and all the way in.
You will always be my lullaby. Why did you leave without saying goodbye?
Alright, looks good. To the solder. Oh, yeah, Royal Navy link. Thank you. I'll open that up to check it out a bit more later. That does look pretty good, though. I really like Royal Navy DSA. I think the reason why I like it so much on DSA is because the white is, like, super, super white. Like, really, really, really white. And I love that. I think it works so much better with the blue. Looks a little darker here on the GMK version. So I don't think it looks quite as good, but it still looks pretty nice. Trying to make some space here for my soldering stuff. Little TS 100 here, heating up. I usually take a little bit more time just in case. Expected to ship next year. I mean, that's pretty normal. I expect to wait 5 to 12 months for any key set these days. GMK or Signature Plastics based. Eventually this hobby degenerates into 2 activities: lubricating and modifying switches, for 1. 2 is buying expensive keycaps, so much so that you no longer have money for keyboards. Well, you're not really wrong. Hey, Zeal. Whiter than monochrome, you think? I don't know. Monochrome's white's very white also. It's probably pretty comparable. Pork Chop Express. Any experience with lubed mod switches? Thinking about lubing my mod H-Tac. Oh, excuse me. I don't really have much experience with lubed mod switches. Nathan Kim has the lubed mod M's, and he seems to absolutely love them. A lot of people go crazy for them. I had mod H's for a little bit, like the first generation mod H's. So we've probably come a long way since then. But yeah, the first generation ones I didn't think were very good. And I did try lubing them, and they didn't come out very well, in my experience, so I don't know. I haven't really tried any newer mod switches yet, so I can't really comment too well on that. Anyways, about time to start soldering here.
Jumped out a plane, tried falling more in love with you. We missed the train each morning, and then we don't know what to do. I can't live with or without you. We could be dying if our hearts beat too slow. 100 reasons I can think to be with you. So if we're drowning, let our love keep us afloat.
If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again. If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again.
It seemed to rain for days. I guess our hearts were pouring. We didn't keep the scores. This game we played.
Can't really see any soldering.
It's like we changed our names, and that's the reason we ignoring. We highly flammable.
I'll try to fix that.
Didn't read the warnings, so use with caution. Cause girl, we awesome. We gotta cherish this. It doesn't come along that often. Just stay for summer. Guarantee you'll still be here in autumn. The love I got for you will never ever go to auction. I can't live with or without you. We could be dying if our hearts beat too slow. 100 reasons I can think to be with you. So if we're drowning,
I'm trying to angle this a little bit better for you guys, even if it makes it way less comfortable for me.
You go again. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you go swim. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you go swim. Don't let me go, don't let me go.
Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
I'll never let you, never let you go.
If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again.
I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you go swim. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you go swim.
Trying to like angle it in a way where you guys can still see. Just Kane, what are the details on the board? This is the Kira EXS, sorry, Kira EXS. And I'm using some exclusive Gatorons that have been lubed with GPL 106, with springs that have been lubed with GPL 104. Lubed Zeal stabs as well. Does that solder wire have flux in it? Yes, it does. Nathan's last build produced some amazingly good sounds from the Zelios V2s. Yeah, the Zelios V2s actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. Nathan has a really good camera, or a really good mic for that also. I'm kind of jealous. I don't know what he uses, but it's really good. Nice iron. What model is it? This is the TS 100. Has kind of a large power brick, but I mean, it's not a large power brick, but it has a power brick much larger than the iron itself. Because the iron's quite small. I don't remember the actual brand, but if you just search TS 100 soldering iron, I imagine it'll be the first thing that shows up. He's on a roll with the build streams. He's got that amazing proprietary music stream too. Does he? I didn't know that. Is this a commission or a personal? It's a commission. Hence the lack of alcohol.
Destruction, mama, tell me it's alright before I turn to nothing. Gravity, please let go of me. You're too heavy on my shoulders, heavy on my shoulders. Gravity, rock me back to sleep. It's not easy getting older, easy getting older.
Yeah, I'm using the TS 100. $130? No, this one was like 70, I think. The one I'm using, I think, was about 70 bucks. I certainly did not pay 130 for it. I probably would have gotten something way better at that price. Not that this isn't good, it's fine, but... I'm not sure where I got it, but it was Bang. I think it was Bang Good. Pretty sure. It might have been Amazon, but yeah, one of those two.
Tomorrow I'll go nowhere. In fact, I think I'll stay. Roll up under the cover. I'll be your good morning, yeah. Tomorrow I'll go nowhere. In fact, I think I'll stay. Roll up under the cover. I'll be your good morning, yeah. I'll be your good morning, yeah.
Talisman Solution says, if watching Kim is like being at the Juilliard students' musical performance, then I would say Brian's are like hanging with one of your best friends in his well-equipped garage, expertly rebuild the fuel system on his ride. I'm okay with that comparison. That's pretty nice. I appreciate that. I definitely always want it to be kind of chill. Like we're all friends here. We're all family. We're all keyboard people just hanging out, chilling. It's a good time. Try and get this angle right for you guys. Man, this keyboard has a lot of switches. So with hot swap sockets, you still have to solder the LEDs? Generally, yeah. I mean, it depends on the PCB, but yes.
There's a painting in Paris, yeah, it's one of the best. Saw a woman beside it, taking a selfie instead. We all got personal problems, cause we're personal people. Taking pictures on purpose to paint the perfect appearance. People start talking, rumors start running. I think I got something to say, and it feels great. Give it what you got right now, and take your best shot right now. Everybody's
Will you add any dampening to the bottom of the case? No. That's not the plan, at least. This is a really big, beefy, dense aluminum case with the thick brass weight on the bottom, lube switches, and a polycarbonate plate. It'll probably sound pretty good without any dampening. That's the hope, at least.
There's a painting in Paris, yeah, it's one of the best.
Getting close. Not too many now. Oh, by the way, Olivia, while you're here, how is the Kira EXS programmed? Yeah, what firmware is the board? What is it programmed with? Sorry.
Sober eyes open wide, hear the wind speak, telling us a story in the dark.
Is it boot mapper? Is it? Oh, is it? Okay. That makes things pretty easy. Alright. Soldering is done, in theory. Now we'll plug her in and see what does and does not work. Hopefully it all works perfectly, and that'll be a good start. Well, I'll be able to find out really quickly if it is or is not PS2 EVRGB. This is always a mistake. I'm gonna get blinded. Is it boot map or client? Let's find out. It is indeed boot mapper. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, turn off the lights. Why did only half of them turn off? Oh. That was strange. Seems to work fine now. Alright, cool. Boot mapper client. Bam. Let's go through a little Aqua key test as well. Alright, well everything is registering except for these 4 keys. But I'm gonna guess that means they're for something not on Aqua Key Test. I'll double check and make sure they work here in Boot Mapper client. Toggle Boot Mapper. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So okay, they all the keys work, so we're good there. Good stuff. This is apparently LEDs on and off. This is LED mode. This is RGB mode. And this is a Windows lock button. Windows key lock. Interesting. Okay. So all of them work. All the keys work, so we're good there. I'm not sure why the lights turn themselves back on, though. That's very strange. But I'm going to keep those off for now. Alright. All the keys are registered perfectly. Bam, we're off to a great start. Oh, by default, none of the keys are programmed. They all did something. All the keys did something. It's just that these were special for lighting modes, and this is a Windows lock, Windows key lock. Right. Turn off my soldering iron here. Any thoughts on the Rama stabilizers? They look cool, and I like Rama, and I like what Rama does. So I have high hopes for them, and that'll be cool. All right, so there are 2 middle pieces here. This is the one that initially came on the board. This is like I guess a silver, I guess is what this would be called. But Olivia also opted to get a white one. that was actually bent kind of badly in a couple places. It was bent. I've bent it back mostly, but it was bent here quite a bit, and also by the USB port section. But I managed to get it pretty darn close to perfect, so pretty happy about that. Still a little bit minorly bent here and there. I'm going to try to fix that a little bit.
You know you are a little more high up than the rest, and you gathered my heart through what I thought was mutual interest. Are we nothing? Damn, we could have been something, but I can't make you see that, see that. If you wanna pass me to the left, no, I don't care about you that much, but it's on the principle that everything has gotten too tough to try to find a woman that'll see you as a guy that's different from all the other ones that only want one thing, but my motive's not the same. Oh, when you fall in love, I hope you find the one that'll treat you like you're meant to be. If nothing, call it history. And if you pick back up to claim you're not enough, look in the mirror, can you see clearer? Want you to know he's not half the man that I was.
Diamond's Twitch, hey, what's up, man?
Want you to know he's not half the man that I was. Is it too hard to try to find a girl whose heart ain't shut? Baby, I'm out of luck, cause these other guys messed them up too much. But no, it ain't the truth that everybody's out to toy with you. How can I make you know that there's still hope?
Okay, it's looking a lot better now.
You fall in love, I hope you
Corner's still a little bent though.
that'll treat you like you're meant to be. If nothing, call it history. And if you pick back up,
Alright, a little bit better. I think once I actually apply the bottom and screw it in, it'll probably just correct itself, mainly, honestly.
want you to know he's not half the man that I was.
Dang, you went all out. Only way Olivia knows how. That's right. This is a sandwich case? The case is sandwich, but the plate is top mount. I know that sounds kind of weird.
There's a painting in Paris. Yeah, it's one of the best. Saw a woman
song already played too, didn't it? Pretty sure it did.
This hang up I can't seem to shake, no. And it haunts me in my sleep, and every second I'm awake. I don't know if it's a fantasy, no, but it feels more like a memory of someone I know. Load ammunition, you
How am I liking the Nanch? I'm liking the Nanch a lot, actually. It actually feels like a pretty premium product for how cheap it is. Oh yeah, it's recommended to use the screws included in the small bag. Wait, what? It was already, like, screwed together when it came to me. I'm just reusing those screws, mostly. I used a couple from the bag because not everything was screwed in. Are the screws in the bag different from the ones that were already on it? Don't scare me, guys. Alright, got all those in. Let me clean up my area a little bit here, then we will throw some caps on this bad boy. The ones in the bag are more consistent? Oh. Well. The ones that I use, they seem totally fine. If I notice any issues, I will certainly swap them out, though. Or if, I guess Olivia just desperately wants me to. But those felt totally fine, honestly. I'm happy if Brian is happy. Aw. You're too adorable, Olivia. This is how I feel about everything right now. Alright. So unplug this for now. Alright, guys. Let me figure out what keycaps I can put on this. Not Gat Yellows, these are actually the exclusive Gatorons. So use like a 65 gram spring or something like that. And they're kind of an orange, like a light orange. Pretty nice though. Olivia, what key set do I put on this right now? Start naming key sets that you'd like to see on this, Olivia, and I'll put on the first one I actually have. I can't really name off all the key sets I have. That is rose gold compatible. I don't have KA 2017. I mean, I have Muted, I have Solarized Dark, I have Honeywell, I have Hyperfuse Redux, I have crap. I have lots more. Hold on. I have GMK Cyan. I don't have any pink sets. I don't have Pristine or 9009 either. I have a couple Enjoy PBT sets. White. I don't have white on white. That's for sure. I don't have Pristine. Maybe I don't have as many sets as I thought. I mean, I have some Enjoy PBT sets. Or Muted. Muted, I could do Muted as well. Muted? Okay. Yeah. Do you want any of the accents on it? I have to go grab my QXP, because that's where some of my media caps are right now. 1 second. What Enjoy PBT? I have a couple sets like this. I just have I have a Cyrillic one. It's like the black and beige with red Cyrillic. Then I also have a Hangul one, like an all like a beige and white all black Hangul. I mean, I can definitely do Enjoy PBT if you want to. As I drop caps everywhere. Muted works on everything though, so that's always a safe bet. I'm actually gonna zoom out a little bit now. I zoomed in for the soldering. I apologize for being so slow at keycaps. has always been like this. Oh my god, the gap on the QXP is so tight. It's hard to get a keycap puller in there. That polycarb, though. Definitely quite something. Man, keyboards have come a long way in the last, like, 4 years. It's honestly kind of crazy thinking about, like, what we all used to do versus, like, the shit that goes on in the custom enthusiast community right now. Truly is, like, such a change. When you worked at EA, we used to wait till our buddy went to a meeting and then move all of his keys around his keyboard. Wow, that's funny. Working at EA, wow, that sounds crazy. I think I really like this song if I remember. Oh, I messed up. I didn't use the ISO enter. Sorry, guys. Gotta start all over. Alright, wait. Let me look at this layout one more time. Alright. Come on, focus. my autofocus doesn't like the ISO enter. It doesn't fit. What's the difference between polycarbonate and acrylic? The plastic makeup. Polycarbonate is a lot stronger, I think. It's a lot more flexible. It's so satisfying watching you populate the keyboard. Heck yeah. Stream is making me hungry somehow. Oof, nice. Oh crap, you know what I didn't do though? I didn't put any notification LEDs. I'm assuming that's what that's for. I can, do you want LEDs there, Olivia? I know I have red LEDs on hand I can put in there if you'd like that. That's totally up to you though. I can definitely just take it apart and put the LEDs on the PCB real quick. I think I can, I imagine I can do it through the plate, so it shouldn't be a problem. So that's totally up to you. How do I numpad? I can also put a caps, or I guess that would be caps lock LED. Yeah, so if you want that, just let me know. I can do that. Totally up to you, though. I totally forgot it was a thing until I saw the 2 dots there. You want white LEDs? Okay, yeah. I only have red on hand, unfortunately. Layout is crazy. Wait, what the heck? What key goes in this top? Key goes right here to the top right above the backspace. What is that supposed to be? That's scroll lock? This is strange. This is why I don't bother using keyboards with this many things going on. It's just too difficult, man. Oh, whoops, wait a minute. I'm confused on the F keys. Are there mod and alpha colored F keys in this set? So I think that's what's happening right now. Definitely flexy. I'm confused on these F keys, so I'm going to set all the F keys aside and do that in a minute. It's probably so hilarious watching me try to put keycaps on the spots I don't normally have on my keyboards when I build them, because I never use boards this big. Numlock. Do you have a higher res picture of this layout, Olivia? When I try to open the original, it's just terrible. I think this has mod-colored and alpha-colored F keys, which is very strange to me. I guess it really doesn't matter. Put like anything up here and it's kind of irrelevant. These 4 keys are all weird anyways. Why do people put space bars on upside down? For me, it's just comfort. Really enjoying the cozy nature of the stream. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I definitely enjoyed doing it. Spacebar is just way more comfy for me upside down. When I use it normally, it just like it cuts into my thumb. This part just goes straight into my thumb when I use it. All right, I'm opening this link. Oh, okay. Yes, okay, now I get it. That makes a lot more sense. I see. And so this person uses an unlock. Where's my division key? What did I accidentally put it away? Oh, there we go. Okay, then he has home and page up, page down. That makes sense, actually. Okay. print screen. Delete. Where did I put delete? Down here. Getting closer. I just gotta figure out this F key situation. Alright, so it's supposed to be alpha colored, then mod, then alpha. Alright, give me that. Alpha colored F1. Ah, I just put it on wrong. Nice you. Should probably look at the chat, huh? Anyone excited for MT3 Godspeed? Relatively. I like Godspeed quite a bit as a colorway. What are your thoughts on step caps lock? I love it. I personally prefer it. This is not my board though. She went in normal. I think it looks better and it functions better for me because I hit it less when I'm gaming. But, you know, it's personal preference. It's neither right nor wrong. This is weird. Yeah, it usually comes with mod colored, like, all of your F keys. I didn't realize that was a thing. Alright. I did it. I did it, guys. Close that picture now. Right. About to do a little typing test here for you guys. F key, more like F those keys. Totally. You map the caps lock control. Yeah, I usually do the same thing actually. I don't. Even when I use a control, I like it stepped for some reason. Even if it's just like an aesthetic thing. Just personal preference. Oh wow, Olivia's board looks awesome. Of course, why wouldn't it? I mean, Olivia has fantastic taste in keyboards. You learned today. But I take GMK muted off, QXP, yep. It's by Nice little QXP here. Blue-gray with the brass plate. Hi, what kind of lube or grease you would recommend to stop the rattly or squeaky keys? Squeaky keys? If you're talking about stabilizers, like stabilizers, not switches, I use Super Lube. Does a pretty good job. If you're talking about just like switches in general, most lube should get rid of any kind of weird noise. Should. I don't know. I don't have rattly or squeaky keys usually though, so that's kind of an odd question for me. Alright, let's do a little bit of a typing test. What do you guys think? Try to get this microphone a little bit lower here. Without destroying the world. You guys can't see what's going on to my right here, but I literally have like a bunch of boxes stacked up like to prop up my camera. That my camera's on like a little desk tripod, and then I have like I have a light right here just to provide some light for the stream. That's just like sitting there, and then I have my boom arm for my mic that's clipped onto my desk, like attached like in front of that, and then like over. It's an absolute mess. It's absolute chaos. But you know, that's how I do things. All right, let's do a little bit of a typing demo here, guys. I'm gonna open up something. Post pics of setup on Discord. You're gonna laugh at me. It's pretty funny though. I will though. I'll take a picture for later. Try to get it in all of its glory. It's so bad. It's so bad, guys. Alright. Anyways. Let's do a little bit of a typing test here, guys. Yeah, I'll post it in the general. Then you guys can make fun of me there. Alright, here you go. It's uploading to the general chat and Discord right now. But, alas, let's get to this little sound test here so you guys can hear how presumably awesome this is going to sound. Titan, I love you too. Thanks for the heart. Alright, guys. I'm terrible at snapping, by the way. Okay, so these do sound pretty darn good. That polycarbonate is like such a unique sound. It really is. Alright. Let me move my mic back and refocus here. So yeah, that sounds pretty darn nice, IMO. The autofocus on the mic. Yeah, I noticed that after a couple seconds. I wasn't really paying attention to that for a second. Zeal Hype. Waiting for finalized Helios. You and me both, brother. Are they linears? These are linears, yeah, not tactile. Sushi, so exhausted. Need you to come chill out at the end of the stream. Well, you definitely caught the end of it. Heading out here momentarily now that this is all done. But yeah, it does feel and sound pretty good. That polycarbonate pop that you get is just so unlike anything else. It's so interesting. I love it. Sorry, Olivia, I gotta keep this down. I just gotta keep it. I'm sorry. Time to leave the hobby. When you say polycarbonate, what do you mean? Is that the Enjoy PBT caps? No. The polycarbonate is the material the switch plate is made out of. So the piece that's sandwiched in between the two parts of the case that holds the switches in. A lot of times that's made out of metal, like steel or aluminum. But in this particular configuration, she opted for polycarbonate. So it's a very different sound with a bit different of a feel as well. It's quite a bit flexier. You are totally welcome, Olivia. It was my pleasure. Switches came out pretty good. They'll get better after like 2 or 3 weeks of solid use. They're already pretty good now, though. Since I didn't get to break them in before lubing, they aren't what I'd call 100%, but they'll get there. Just need some use. Hope there will be glamour shots. Yeah, I'll try to take some tomorrow. So I gotta send it to Olivia, but I'll probably keep it for one more day just so I can use it and make sure everything is fine and things stay correct. So then I can send it back probably Wednesday. Make sure everything is all good with it, all good in the hood. Is the flex on the polycarbonate plate consistent across the rows? Flex is a really interesting thing because, like, while it does flex, the flex is very minor. Like, you don't really, like, type and go, oh my gosh, my plate is flexing. Like, that's not really how it goes. It's more of just, like, everything feels a little bit softer. It just feels like it has, like, a little, very small amount of give. But, I mean, realistically, no. It wouldn't be consistent. Like, it'll be harder up, like, where there's screws, and it's right next to it. Like, the top row shouldn't be as flexy as, let's say, all the main alphanumerics. And you could probably say the same thing about the bottom row as well, since there's, in this case, there's screws up here, but not on the sides. Thanks, Brian. The Poly C sounds very sweet. Like clicking 2 marbles against one another. That's a good way to describe it, actually. That's honestly a good way to describe it. Raging Agent asking, should I get Telios or Xylence for my Zeal order? Not normally a fan of silent switches, but I want a board that feels amazing but isn't affected by a bad sounding case. Yeah, Helios, my dude. Just get all of them, dude. Like, they're like legit all good. Like Telios, Helios, Zelios, and Xylence. Like, just get all of them. and then do 4 builds. Easy peasy. Like leaf springs versus McPherson struts and automobile suspensions? I wouldn't know. I wish I was more of a car guy, but I'm not. I'll trust you though. But budget forcing you to pick one or the other. Darn budget, man. Only 4 builds, he says. Welcome to my life. I mean, I wouldn't get Xylence or Helios unless you were specifically going for a quiet build. But I'm also one of those people that likes the sound of Helios and the Zelios V2, so like I don't know. Like, a lot of people are hell-bent on saying it's like an awful like sound or whatever, but I don't think that's true. So, I don't know. People are different. MX Xylence got you converted to the Silence Linear department. You'll like Helios then. You'll like Helios. As much as I don't really care for like large boards like this usually, there's something extra you get when you're typing on a board that's just this massive and this dense. Like, just the fact that it's so heavy and so solid. Oh, I should probably weigh it. You guys probably wouldn't know the weight, huh? Because I know I do. This is definitely one of the heavier boards I've had in my possession. Okay, alright. So for us US people, the board weighs 8 pounds. For everyone else in the world, it's a little over 3.63 kilograms, aka 3,633 grams. 8 pounds, 0.1 ounces. Oof. This is very heavy. And it's not even using a metal plate. Yeah, this is definitely one of those two-hander boards, as I use one hand. Like, to pick it up initially, you really need 2 hands, though. And, you know, because for whatever reason, there's Rick and Morty stickers included in this. Alright guys, any final questions before I wrap it up and head out here? Before I go play some video games and drink alcohols? The Koyu tank comes in at over 5 kilograms, or like 12 pounds. Yeah, well the Koyu tank is brass. It's like all brass. This is aluminum. The only brass here is the weight. You are welcome, Titan. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Any last minute questions, guys, before I head off to type on this in private? Olivia can't see what I'm about to do to this keyboard. What games? I don't know yet. I'll decide once I get into the Discord. Alright guys, time to head out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, and maybe you're new around here, make sure you follow the stream. And you can also check out the YouTube channel below the stream. That is through the Top Clack YouTube. Official Discord server is down there as well. If you like that kind of stuff, you know, we're always around, hanging, talking, playing video games, all that kind of stuff. I do a weekly live stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is our flagship live stream where we talk about news, and I often interview guests and stuff like that. So it's a pretty fun time every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Of course, shout out to our sponsors. We have Zeal Generation, Input Club, Novel Keys, and Z Frontier, all helping Top Clack do what we do. Know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys enjoy the stream, and you know, I'll be around. I'm trying to do more build streams these days, so you'll see me again soon. But if not, you'll see me on Thursday. What city am I in? I live in Washington. The city is a little bit outside of Seattle, just across the water. I live in a city called Bremerton. Anyways, later guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hope your nights get even better. Good night, guys.